Hello Taurus, and welcome to your March shadow work reading. Before we get started, I just want to let you know that for the workshop for the month of March is going to be all about building a strong spiritual practice. So definitely check out the link below for the workshop for those who are going to want to attend and get tickets. For those who are Patreon members at the High Priest or High Priest level, you guys already have tickets automatically. It is included in your membership. And for those who want tickets, the link will be down below. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get started and see what is going on with Taurus's shadow work for the month of March. Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising shadow work for March 2022. What does Taurus need to know? Whoa. Sun, Moon, and Rising for March 2022. I'm going to pick the other one up in a second. Okay, so let's see here. You guys have three major arcanas, like woof. Okay, lots of stuff going on with Tauruses for the month of March. Okay, so when it comes to March, you guys are definitely it's starting off a little bit reflective, which makes sense. It goes with the season, because right now we are in Pisces season, so there is, you know, a little bit of a slowdown that happens. You guys are an earth sign, and so it's kind of, it triggers your fixed energy to be a little bit more reflective and being a little bit more in your head. You might be getting a lot of dreams or messages from your spirits during this time, in relation to you needing what you need to heal right now in order for you to kind of learn your lesson and move past some turbulences and some lessons that you guys really needed to learn within the past and what happened within last year and everything like that. There's definitely a lot of, because this Saturn's at the center of your readings, especially with all the placements, the transits in Capricorn right now. You guys are definitely going through a very deep transformation during this time there's a lot of illumination that's happening. Your ancestors, your guides, have been trying to communicate to you and trying to illuminate certain things that you need to do in order to get yourself back on track, because you haven't been on track for a hot minute. It's been feeling very almost kind of like you're trying to work out in your head what should have happened, what coulda, woulda, shoulda, how you wish it could have played out. It's like being very stuck in your head, but also trying to understand why things didn't work and trying to kind of just accept it. There's going to be, towards the middle part of the month, you're going to just kind of like close that chapter, and just, you know, move past the uncomfortable feelings of not getting what it is that you want. It's going to feel a little bit, it's gonna feel like a little bit emotional. You're gonna feel a little bit like, you know what, I'm at peace with it. Kind of like saying goodbye, or like going through that death transition process. Pluto's also in Capricorn right now, so there's just like a lot happening with how we are shifting, especially with the things that we're grounded with. And because you guys are an earth sign, it can feel very like intense. It can feel very, you know, it can feel like something like your whole root, the thing that you were grounded in for such a long time has been kind of uprooted, and it can feel like, well, why did it happen? And like there's like so many questions and so many things that you're internalizing inside of you. Definitely what I would recommend is taking the beginning part of the month, especially before we get into Aries season, to just heal. Go with the energy of what Pisces season brings, and that is the energy of reflection. Listen to music, relax. Definitely self-care. You guys need to self-care. You guys are Venus ruled, so you guys always need to focus on loving yourselves. So definitely take the time out to self-care, focus on your healing, focus on your own emotional growth, focus on keeping your mental peace, like really, and listen to your spirits, listen to the things, and listen to, like, think about the moments that you were given red flags, that your spirits try to tell you, like, hey, this is why this wasn't gonna work. Like, we tried to tell you, but you still kind of went about, you know, moving forward with it. Think about those moments and really come to peace with it, and take that as a moment of, you know what, I'm going to listen to my spirits moving forward. I'm going to listen to the signs. I'm not going to allow, you know, certain things to slide just because, you know, I want to keep the thing. Learn your lesson. Really think about what is the lesson? What is it that you needed to learn from this? that you were not accepting before? How has this situation made you a lot stronger? You will come out of March feeling a little bit more balanced. And especially when it moves into Aries season, because your birthday season it's getting close, right? So once it moves into Aries season, there's definitely a little bit more, you got that Sagittarius energy, so there's a little bit more playfulness, feeling a little bit more balanced, feeling okay, like the energy of spring, winter's over, let us, you know, move forward, let's plan stuff for the year, let's have a little fun. Like, it's feeling a little bit more balanced emotionally. You're going through a more emotional balance towards the end of the month, and getting a little bit more fired up and looking forward to your birthday season. So there's definitely a huge transition that you guys are going through emotionally that's going to set you up for success for the rest of the year. And that's really what you need to see it as. What you're going through right now is a temporary reflection, okay? A temporary reflection and a lesson that you really needed to accept, okay? What does Taurus need to know, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for their March shadow work for 2022? Does Taurus need to know, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for their shadow work for March 2022? Okay. Okay. I like that you guys got Awaken Your Magic. That is beautiful. So you guys got Move and Adapt and Awaken Your Magic. And I feel like this is really important because you are in movement. It just feels like it's going in slow motion right now. And I do feel like you need to be a little bit flexible with how things are moving right now. Right now, things for you are moving mentally, they're moving emotionally, they're you know, they're taking a little bit of time for you to process certain things, but it's still necessary for you to process it. It's still necessary for you to kind of take it like one step at a time, and just like with the way that you guys move, you guys can move very slow sometimes. So understand how, you know, what your process is, and just focus on loving yourself through that process, adapting through the circumstance of where you're at right now, and really focusing in on awakening your magic, focusing on your self-care, focusing on how you attract, romanticizing who you are, your life, your goals, your dreams, like really staying balanced within that. That's what's going to kind of bring you into Aries season and to your season in a way that you're feeling so much more like yourself, because you guys have been going through a huge upgrade with, you know, Uranus being in Taurus, and you guys are going to be going through this upgrade for a minute because Uranus is going to be in Taurus for a while. And so you guys have been going through a very huge upgrade, and you've been learning a lot, you've been growing a lot, you've been pushed into moving forward, and it's necessary for you to do this. And ultimately you're gonna end up loving yourself more, and you're gonna end up loving your life more. And you may like feel like, but why do I have to go through, but why, like, why it has to be like this, but why did it have to be like that? But that's not the point. The point is that it was a necessary process for you to be where you need to be as strong as you're gonna become, and be balanced and happy and joyful, and being within your energy and within your power, okay? What does Taurus need to know, Sun, Moon, and Rising, from their March shadow work in 2022? Full Moon in Pisces, balance, spirituality, and practicality, 1000%. What does Taurus need to know, Sun, Moon, and Rising, for their shadow work from March 2022? What does Taurus need to know? Okay, hold on. That was a lot. There we go. Okay. So we have Believe in the Impossible and a fiery climax approaches. See, this is what I'm trying to say when it comes to your reading. You guys are starting off with balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full Moon in Pisces. We are in Pisces energy right now, so that absolutely makes sense. Then you have Believe in the Impossible, because you guys are still going through a big transition, and you guys are shifting your perspective, healing, really letting go of certain things that were just not meant for you, and needing to kind of still romanticize your life and believe that you could still be happy. You could still be happy in lack of a person, a job, a thing. Like, you could still be happy. You could still do what it is that you want in life and still thrive and grow and be who you are. And then a fiery climax approaches with the full moon in Aries season coming through to kind of revitalize your energies. And I do feel like towards the end of the month, you guys are going to have like a little bit of an energetic boost, because Pisces season tends to be very dreamy, very like, you know, like in the moment, very dreamy, very like kind of almost like a dewiness to it. Like it just feels like you're in a movie, but that's kind of like very euphoric, kind of like Euphoria a little bit. And it's just, when it builds into Aries season, it's like action, 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 climax, climax, climax. Like it's the time for action. It's the time to kind of move forward now. It's the time to birth the new year. Okay. Archangel Michael, what does Taurus need to know, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the March shadow work 2022? Okay, that was a lot. We're gonna take those two that came out over there because y'all want to get all of the cards. Ooh. So you have lean on God and angels for support, and the person you were asking about is trustworthy. Oof. This is also a really good time for you to lean on your friends if you've been feeling like a little bit alone, because Pisces season can make you feel very alone and can make you feel a little bit alienated, but lean on people who you trust or you feel kind of gravitating towards right now to trust or to open up to, in order to process the scope of the things, because you guys don't like being alienated. Okay, bulls run like they're usually with other, you know, animals around them, so it's there's a need to still, you know, connect with people that you love, people that, you know, you have around you, and really kind of not just put everything all on your own or process everything on your own. This is also a great time for you guys to go to therapy as well. But if you're feeling a little bit like that influx of down, like you have like a lot of down moments, definitely go in prayer and work with your guides, work with your spirit guides. Make sure that you're working spiritually with the things that you are going through as well, emotionally. So if you know you're working, you know, you're feeling very down about something, don't just think about the physical aspect, like, oh my god, I'm feeling down, I'm craving chocolate, I'm just gonna eat chocolate. No, but like, you can also have a spiritual side of things. Light yourself a self-healing candle or self-love candle. You know, take a spiritual bath, do something that's for you, that's going to like balance your energies and really kind of be supportive at this time, because you need a lot of support right now. You need a little bit of a and you need to not alienate yourself, because it's not going to be productive. What does Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to know? Taurus, you need to go with the flow. 1000%, because right now it's kind of like Pisces season with you guys. It can make things muddy, and that doesn't always feel good. You know, that doesn't always feel good. It doesn't always feel good to kind of be stuck in the mud or be feeling like things are a little bit, you know, not where you want them to be. And it's hard to ground yourself in mud, right? And you guys are an earth sign, one of the most grounded signs, and so it's kind of like right now you have to go with the flow. Go with the flow of your mind, go with the flow of your energy, lean in for support. Don't like alienate yourself, and really focus on reconnecting back to yourself and just accepting the lesson overall for what it is that, you know, has transpired within your life, because there's definitely a lot that you are integrating, that you Field of Dreams, there's a lot that you're integrating that you need to kind of just that you need to accept about the circumstance, about the situation, because you can't change it. You can't change what happened. You can't change how you feel about it. You can't force people or force anyone to be a certain way. You can only try to be your best self in each moment. And right now it can be a little bit tricky to do that sometimes. Sometimes it can feel really like harsh, or it can feel like, you know, you might be stuck, or you might feel like you're not really being yourself. But trust and believe that you can ground yourself in your energy very, very quickly. But it's just like, as the sun transits through each sign, some signs are going to feel a little bit uncomfortable, and I feel a little bit like, oh, but I'm so emotional now, and I'm like, I feel it's so muddy, I feel so like I 1000% understand. But this is a really good time for you to, instead of, you know, trying to ground yourself in mud, just go with the flow and focus on your dreams. This is a good time for you to daydream. This is a good time for you to really romanticize your life and really focus back on the things that you should be focusing on, which is getting back on track and feeling grounded, but in a way that makes sense for each season. Okay, so that's the message for you guys for the month of March. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Definitely make sure to get your tickets for the workshop below. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the Patreon down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.